questions? Didn't take too long for Bergeron to shake up some of that rust, huh?
Yeah, he was obviously good, very good. Scoring in his typical fashion around the high slot in front of the net. Real good composure on the last power play goal to sort of give us a little breathing room. Thought it was a real nice play by him. That's where you worry a little bit with when you miss some time, is the rust and the speed of the game. Are you going to rush plays? But no, he looked like he didn't miss a beat.
When he's out for 5 weeks and you get him back, obviously you feel that behind the bench. But how does it change the complexion of coaching, decision making?
Well, it's just listen, it's a guy you can throw out there anytime. You know he's going to get the job done. Is he going to score 2 goals every night? Of course not. But he's going to play hard and play against the other team's best players and force maybe their team out of their rotation as well. I think they were trying to get Johansson away from him, and obviously the goal they scored, it was in between a line change, and well, I'm not sure that had much to do with the goal, but that it does affect how the other team plays the game as well. So good for us to have him back. Makes us that much better. We've been playing well lately without him, but he just gives it an emotional boost too, Kevin. Just around practice yesterday, knowing he's going to come back in the lineup, you can feel like we got a little more air in our wind in our sails, so to speak, and it won't be long with Z and Miller too that we get even a little bit more.
What did you think of the overturn goal? It looked like Rene was down for a while.
I guess you can't get in the. It certainly looked like he had enough time to recover, but I don't know in Toronto if they factor into that any of it all. Is it just interference? Because back stick was in there looking for a puck. How much time do you give the guy to get up? I was surprised on this when it came back because my understanding is they want goals to count unless it's the word they used was egregious. They wanted to take a quick look at it. Certainly didn't look egregious to me. I thought it might have been offside at first. Would have been the challenge, but anyway, came back. We played through it, so it doesn't hurt us. But a little surprised, I guess, to answer your question.
Nashville was able to make a couple pushes in this game, but you guys got the 5-on-5 push at the end of the game. And what was the key for you guys to strengthen that part of your game?
Well, I can't remember a lot of odd man rushes against. So when a team is struggling to score a little bit like Nashville, they're missing some of their horses. We've been there and are going through it. You got to stay disciplined, stay out of the box. Did a pretty good job with that. We didn't retaliate very often on some net front scrums. We managed the puck well through the neutral zone. They play that aggressive 1-3-1 in there, and you can get burned, especially with their D count. So I thought we did a pretty good job of the chances we give up were O-zone kind of situations where they cycled, their D got active. So I think that helps us a lot to not give them free chances to score when they're struggling to put up. So I think that was the difference. In the third, we started getting to the net and finishing some plays as well. Our top end skill, obviously the power play had a lot to do with that, but I think 5-on-5 we were rolling guys over, and they're at the end of a road trip. We're in between games, so we had a little bit of a break. Recently we were back home, so I think some of our energy came through then as well.
That goal that was at the start of the third, the power play, I mean, you had started that with a pretty lengthy 5-on-3. To make sure you got something out of it, how important it was?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a game changer. If you kill both those penalties for them, they get a lot of juice from that probably. I don't know if it would deflate us or not. I think we're a veteran enough group to just play through it. I guess the decision came, should we keep our #1 group out there after the 5-on-3 that been out there a minute. We decided to, even though it was a draw on our end, it paid off. They went out and scored. So sometimes you get lucky with those calls, and other times it doesn't work out. So, but they had the will to get down there and score, recover a puck. That's usually what happens on good power plays. You got to recover a puck, and then our guys, as you saw in the second one, they make plays. So that ends up being the difference.
Bruce, how did you like Danton up there?
I thought he got to the top of the crease. It was annoying their defenseman in front of the net. That's part of the job on that line, to make sure you do your part there. Walked off the wall a couple of cycles, got some shots. So I liked it. I liked his work ethic. After watching it, we'll see how the play away from the puck was. They didn't seem to be in much trouble. I think that one shift where they probably got trapped a little bit, but other than that, I thought he did his job well.
It's 3 games in a row. You've scored first. You haven't trailed in any of the 3. It's just an easier life when you're playing with house money.
Yeah, you're not chasing the game. I mean, especially at home. You get teams on the road come in here, and you know, it helped us a lot. Montreal, we're on the road, you're tired, kind of with the situation they're in. We got ahead, so it allows us to, you know, use everybody and relax and not have to squeeze our stick so hard to score. So those things matter. They were able to come back. I mean, they're a resilient group, very good hockey club, so we came back a couple times, but eventually we got to them.
Take two more. Bruce, the new version of the Krejci line, I mean, with Nordy, how they give you what you want, or?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't finish 5-on-5. Well, Pasta did with Marsh, and I don't even know who was it. Was Krejci or Berge still in a line? So, but they got good looks at the net. Nordy, he works hard, gives them a real nice element. Just, you know, doesn't have quite the polish the other two do, but, you know, he's a good complement to them. Now Jake skated today; he's getting close, so that might factor into, you know, how long that line stays as those three. So, but listen, I like what they give us. They're a good line. They're good players. We may move past to back up that top line. We've always talked about that, but let's take a look at this for now. If Danton can, you know, if he can hold his own up there, it makes us harder to play against. So that's the big question. You're playing against the other two, usually the top pair, every night. Are you able to do that? So we're going to take a look at it and see if it works out.
Can you get Z or Miller back tomorrow?
No, Miller has not been. He has been, like, medically, because of his injury, it's pretty clear cut that he will not be cleared till the Devils the 27th, at the earliest. Z will not play tomorrow. Jake is a possibility.
Thanks, everyone. We'll open up the room shortly.